Danger. Do not attempt to do anything you see done in this video. Extreme risk of fire or explosion may result. I'm going to be working with a lithium-ion battery. These are not to be taken lightly. If you have no understanding of safety procedures, do not do it. But I'm going to show you how you can resurrect a battery that has created some issues. So let's check it out. First things first, don't do this at home. You've been warned. What I'm about to do is considered to be extremely dangerous. This is a Samsung S10e. It's my work phone. And, well, it's got a problem. Let me give you a little history on this phone. I originally had an S8 that I loved the phone. I thought it was the greatest phone that I have had in years, other than my BlackBerry. I loved my BlackBerry when I had that, but they took away the BlackBerries because we went Android for everything. Now we have security software on our phones, and my old version of, I think it was running Android 10, I could log in with my fingerprint scanner and be done. That was it. Log in and I could open all my apps. I didn't have to fiddle-fart around with passwords or rescanning my fingerprint and everything. This one's ridiculous. It's running under Android 11. One of the reasons I don't want another new phone is because every time I get a new phone, I spend the next week trying to get the phone to operate correctly because of the security software. And I'll give you an idea how bad this one is when I go to log into, say, some of my work stuff. It uses VMware. It's going to ask me to log in with my username and password. So I put in my username and password, and it won't store it. I have to do it every time. And then when I hit the login button, I get presented with my activation. And I have to, oh boy, see now all these messages are coming in. It's not going to work because messages were coming in. But I have to scan my fingerprint. And I had to do it within the time that the banner popped up, which I obviously missed because email was coming in. This is what I hate about the new phones. So now it says, uh-oh, we aren't able to verify who you are, and it's going to send me an email with a code that I got to go to my laptop and get the code and put the code in here. So I'll close it down. I'll close it right down, and I will try again. So now I have to go back and click on my login, wait for it to load. And once I put my information in, it'll pop up with a message that says I have to, new authentication. Now I have to tap that banner within the time and then put my fingerprint on the fingerprint scanner. And it will log me in, usually at this point. It will log me in. And then it'll send me to my cloud-based dispatch app, which there won't be any work because it's my day off. But this takes time. Now the old version, my old phone, I didn't have to do that. All I had to do was just turn on my phone, scan my fingerprint, and I could hit the login button, and I was there. I don't like change, and I don't like this one. It's a lot more work because I have to do this multiple times a day. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But that's not what I'm talking about on this one. So I was using this phone the other day. I had it sitting in the phone holder on my dash, and I was using it for the GPS. So we're using our GPS. We put maps on here. We can put in the address we're going to, and it'll speak to me either through the speaker or through my Bluetooth headset. And there's a little holder on the dash because where we are in BC, you cannot touch your phone. You can have it sitting in a secured holder, or you can have it in your pocket, but you can't touch it. So my phone's sitting in the holder, and I'm driving away. It's warm out. It wasn't super hot, but I had the air conditioning on, so it was nice and cool. But the sun is beaming down on the phone that's sitting in the dash like this. And I heard what I thought initially was just a rock hitting the windshield of my truck. I heard this pop. When I picked up my phone, I thought, okay, that's odd. Let's remove it from the OtterBox. Are you ready? The battery, from the heat, from the sun beaming through the window, I don't know what it is with OtterBoxes, because my other phone did exactly the same thing. It blew up just like this. I think it's a problem with OtterBoxes because they've got this rubber inner shell that tends to hold the heat in. I've never had it happen to my own personal phone. My own personal phone is also a Samsung. I've got this one in a Spigen case. This phone, by the way, is 4 years old, and I still use it. It still works. And look at this. This phone looks like it's new. I've even got the original sticker still on here. Got my plastic screen protector. No cracks to the glass, no expanding battery. This phone, as I say, over 4 years old. I've got a new phone ready to go for when this one finally does die. I've got an S20 FE sitting in the box, ready to go. But I continue to use this S9 until it dies. But this case here dissipates heat quite nicely. In great shape. This one here is not even a year old, and the battery is blown up. Now I probably could get a new battery put in it, but I'm going to see if we can deflate this battery. Since the back is already coming off, I should be able to spudge my way into here. And as I say, don't try this at home, folks, because this is a good way to set your phone on fire. But let's see if we can spudge our way into here with the glue that's already coming off because the battery is puffed up. I've done this before, incidentally. This is not the first time. I did it with my S8 when the battery did the same thing and broke the back, incidentally, just like this one. And I did it with an old BlackBerry as well. So this is not my first rodeo when it comes to dealing with puffed up batteries. Get the case off, and this is the battery down here. Now this can be really hazardous because you don't want to damage the cell. Made in Vietnam. What do you expect? This is the charge port. Here's the cameras, and we need to lift the. This is for the near field contact, like for paying for things on a terminal, for the payment system, and it's also for, this is also the charge for the wireless charging, which incidentally is all that I ever do on this phone. I only ever wireless charges. So here's the battery here. Ever seen how this is attached? It should be glued in place, I think. Yeah, it's got some double-sided tape on here to hold this down. So basically what we need to do is we need to remove either the gas out here or remove the battery and replace the battery. I could probably get a new battery for this unit because I'm sure that the battery is available for this phone, but the battery itself still holds a good charge. And there's a way to get the gas out. What you don't want to do is you don't want to stab it, because if you stab it down like this, you're going to hit the cells inside, and then you're going to set off a chain reaction and you're going to have fire. So these can be extremely dangerous to work on, but if you do this right, see, 2019, this battery's not even that old. Oh, my birthday. If you do this right, then you can remove the gas that's in here. And how we do that is we use a pin, and we're going to go through at a very steep angle just to let the gas out. As I say, I've done this on several cells before in the past, and I've never had one catch fire on me. But I do have it on a mat that won't burn. If it does, I'll take this outside and do it on the mat outside. Take a camera out there too, just in case the battery decides to go nuclear, which I thoroughly hope it doesn't. Okay, I'm away from anything that can burn. I'm on a metal ladder and I'm out in the middle of the driveway, and I'm just going to take the pin and I'm going to pop a little hole at an angle just to let the gas out. Just like that. And the gas is out. Squeeze out the gas. And then we're going to seal that hole with a bit of tape because we don't want moisture to get into the battery. Squeeze out all the gas and then tape it up. Now the battery will lie flat again, and yes, it still takes most of its charge, but that's the dangerous part, is what's been done. If you stab the battery and you actually hit the metallic plates inside and puncture the plate, you'll cause a short circuit. And that's why when you do this, and I'm telling you, don't do it, okay? This is not a recommendation to do this, but if you want, at your own risk, I've done this multiple times, you just do it at an angle so that you're not risking stabbing down, because if you stab down onto the cell itself, you'll cause a short circuit, and that will cause a battery fire. So that is that. Now we can take it back in the studio and I can put the phone back together. Now you've seen how you can fix the puffed battery. You can replace the back on the phone. I don't have the glue, but this, the sticky tape will probably hold this on. It's got to get the alignment right, because otherwise the camera won't line up. But the sticky tape on here should hold it together. Otherwise, it's just some tape around the edges. Of course, it's not waterproof anymore, but I don't care. Say it's my work phone, so as long as it resembles something working. You're wondering what happened there. Okay, the day I got the phone, the day I got it, picked it up at the boss's office, and the boss said, "Go buy yourself a case." So I had it in my pocket. I always carry my personal phone in my right pocket, and I carry my work phone in my left pocket. It's just out of habit. And anyway, I had it in my pocket, and I always carry my phone's screen in. Always. That's a good tip, by the way, for you. If you're carrying your phone in your pocket, carry it screen in. When I got out of my car at the cell phone store, my phone got squeezed between the door jamb and my leg. So you can imagine my shock when I got into the store and said, "Yeah, I need a case for my new work phone." I went into one of the corporate stores. "Need a new case for my work phone. I just got my new phone." And I pull it out of my pocket and there's a bruise. It's all smashed right here. That happened the first day. This happened when the battery blew up on me the other day, as to say, while I was driving, and it sounded like a rock hit the window. And that's what I first thought, was that a truck had thrown a rock and it hit the window. It's like a loud pop. And then when I picked the phone up, when I got where I was going and I went to grab, because I don't leave the phone sitting in the, I don't leave it in my car. I don't leave it in the truck. It's there in the dash while I'm driving. And then when I get to my destination, I pick it up and I put it back in my pocket. But that's all it took, with just the sun beaming down through the window, landing on the black case. And I guess even though my truck had the air conditioning running full blast, the vent is beside it, so the air conditioning is blowing on me. It's not blowing on the phone, and the phone got overheated. And with this highly insulated rubber back that these OtterBoxes have on them, it just got too hot and it popped. So that's how you can resurrect your battery and get some more life out of it before you have to replace it. Anyway, don't do this. I'm telling you, don't do this. This is dangerous. If you do it, you're doing it at your own risk. If you do it correctly, as I just showed you, with your pin at a steep angle, there's virtually zero chance that you're going to hit the charged plates and puncture one of the plates and cause a short circuit. If you know how these batteries are made, they're basically a couple of strips of foil, like foil plates, and they're wrapped up in an insulation material so that the plates are kept separated, like a capacitor, right? They're just like a capacitor. And the substrate that separates the two of them is an insulator, and that is what contains the electrolyte, or the electrolytic, that the lithium ions move through to hold a charge and discharge. The pouch that it's in is just that. It's just a polymer pouch. It's not conductive. It's not connected to the cell. So what we did is we punctured a hole in the outer bag that holds the rest of the cell and deflated it. Yes, the battery capacity is going to probably be reduced on it now. At least it was on the last battery I did, but it saved the phone from going in the scrap heap. I did it on my S8, and my S8 was going. I did it like 3 years ago on my S8, and my S8 was going strong until the screen got broken. Otherwise, I'd still be using the old S8 because I think it was a great phone. Anyway, your mileage may vary, but that's how you can let the gas out of a puffed up lithium battery. And it'd be nice if the manufacturers went back to a removable battery. That's our pipe dream. Everyone wishes that. Bring back the SD card slot so you can put expanded memory. That's one of the reasons I bought myself an Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, because it was the last phone that Samsung made with removable memory. I bought one. It's brand new. It's sitting in a box. It won't get used until my S9 dies, and even if I have to buy a new battery for my S9 to keep it running, which I haven't yet because I'm still getting almost a full day out of a charge on it, and I use that constantly. Bring back the SD card slot. We don't care about the headphone plug, although the headphone jack was nice. This one's got one. But the headphone jack is not quite as important. But bring back removable memory. Bring back user replaceable batteries. That's what we want. All the manufacturers, if you're listening, that's what we want. We want user replaceable batteries with removable backs. Bring those back and make millions of cell phone users around the world rejoice. We'll be very happy if that were to happen. Because these sealed batteries are a pain in the ass. It's great for the cell phone shop, so they charge you $100 to change your battery. You can do it yourself. A meeting. Apparently there's a meeting. There's a meeting today, but I'm not working, so I guess I won't be going to the safety and business meeting at 2 o'clock today, because it's just about 2 o'clock now, and it's my day off. They always hold meetings on my day off, so I'm always the last guy on the crew to find out things that have changed. I have to get my info secondhand because the meetings are always on a Wednesday, and I'm always off on a Wednesday. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.